Welcome to the video for day 1 of the ChIP experiment. Before beginning, locate your labeled LB flask, tubes of thawed antibiotics, and overnight bacterial culture. Add the appropriate amount of antibiotics and overnight culture to the LB flask, swirling gently after each addition. Place the flask in the 37-degree shaking incubator. Check that it is set to 225 RPM and 37 degrees Celsius. Set a timer for 1 hour. During the incubation time, turn on the biospec. Allow it to go through its startup cycle. Then select the OD600 setting. Use LB media to blank the instrument. The OD should read 0.00 after blanking. After the hour, remove your flask from the incubator. Remove 1 milliliter of culture and add it to an empty cuvette. Place the cuvette into the biospec and press Sample. If the OD is around 0.4, proceed to the next step. Add arabinose and IPTG to the flask to induce protein expression. Return the flask to the shaking incubator. Your instructor will assign you a time for this step. Remove the flask and place it in the chemical fume hood. Add sodium phosphate and formaldehyde to the flask. Start your 5-minute timer immediately after adding the formaldehyde, and be sure to use the designated formaldehyde solid waste container. Cover the flask with parafilm and return to the incubator for the remainder of the 5 minutes. Remove the flask to the chemical fume hood and add ice-cold glycine to stop the cross-linking. Incubate the flask in a gently shaking ice bath for at least 30 minutes. In the chemical fume hood, pour the culture into a 50 ml conical. Use a pre-chilled swinging bucket centrifuge to spin down the cells into the bottom of the conical. Be sure to use a balance tube for even weight distribution. Centrifuge the cells at 4,000 RPM for 5 minutes. Return the conical to the fume hood. Pour out the supernatant into the designated liquid waste container. Resuspend the pellet in ice-cold PBS by pipetting up and down several times. Repeat the centrifugation, with an appropriate balance, to pellet the cells. Repeat the cold PBS washing of the cells. Repeat the centrifugation step to pellet the cells. After pouring off the supernamed, resuspend the cell pellet in 1 milliliter of cold PBS and transfer to a 1.5 milliliter tube. Use a pre-chilled microcentrifuge with an appropriate balance to pellet the cells at max speed for 1 minute. Repeat the wash one last time with 1 milliliter of cold PBS. Repeat the microcentrifuge run to pellet the cells. Remove the supernamed, leaving the cell pellet in the tube. Place the cells in the -80-degree freezer until the lysis steps next week. Thanks for watching.